I'm doing my video this morning slightly later than I normally would. Sorry. Fuck. I need to stop apologizing for these random tics that happen. I just don't. Yeah. Anyway, my body feels tired today. I feel. You know how when you're just about to fall asleep and your body gets super relaxed? That's how it feels today. Feels like I just need to be in a ball of comfort. It feels like I'm ready to go back to sleep. But I woke up without my alarm this morning at the same time that I normally would, before 8. So, I don't know. Been watching Fallout. That's good. Well, okay. So, I don't want to make a plan for today. I guess. Wait. Because I know that the way that my system works is that I can't actively do important things or connect with people 3 days in a row. Or if I do 3 days in a row, then I have to have 2 days break before I try and do another big thing or connect with another human. I don't know. I noticed that when I was working as Budget the second time, the time where they asked me to resign because of my disability. Anyway. What was I saying? I forgot. Don't remember. Gone. Happens a lot. Don't know. Anywho. I'm so sleepy today. I guess it's a day for being gentle. I will push myself a little bit to do things and to look after myself. Maybe it's a focusing on looking after yourself day instead of a focusing on getting stuff done today. But maybe, see, I'm just trying to figure out because you're not meant to force yourself into the structure that humans say that is the most ideal structure. I've been realizing for a while now that is all false, and that's all to keep everyone trapped and in boxes, and yeah. So, yeah, and everyone has different patterns and fluctuations in their energy levels and inspiration levels, and we all have different seasons that we go through, and sometimes me particularly, sometimes I go through periods of output where it's just creation, where I'm putting stuff out there, right? I'm making things happen in the world. Lol. But then other times it's about bringing the energy into me and letting it settle and letting it integrate within my systems. And I've been telling myself that I would watch a kids movie for a week now, and I haven't done it. So I think that needs to be a priority today. For the child aspects of me that I'm meant to be looking after and stuff. But then when I said previously that I'm meant to be sitting in my cubby talking to myself, having conversation with myself, I thought it was really cool that I ended up using that time in that space to watch my old videos from the beginning of the channel, because It's like, it is like I'm talking to myself, but it's like my past self is talking to me. And that's the thing, because I was like, I need to go talk to my, like, younger alters and stuff. And in my head, I thought that looked like me sitting there with the child alters and talking to them, like, directly. But how it manifested, actually, was me watching videos of me in the past, which technically is my younger self. And they had information to share with me. And it's also interesting because some of the things that they said, that I said, whoever the fuck was fronting 10, 11 years ago when I was making the first few videos on the channel, I said something about, like, it's like my perception of things has changed. Like, specific things, sorry. I mean, like, I talk about that moment when I was a kid where I wanted to go to church with my friend because she invited me, and my dad flipped out and said I wasn't allowed to go to church and got really angry. Said, don't let your mother hear you talking about this and stuff like that. And then Mum was like, I don't know why he said that. And I was just so confused. So, like, in that video, I had said, no one told me what to believe. I kind of just figured it out myself. And that I kind of went in my own direction. But then these days, telling that story, I know that the words I use are more along the lines of my dad saying that was him saying I'm not allowed to believe in God, right? But that's the thing, because I wanted my dad's approval so much when I was a kid, that him saying that affected me a lot. And so me now at this point saying I was told I wasn't allowed to believe in God and all that stuff. I mean, it's a lot more victim mentality than the way I was seeing it 10 years ago, 11 years ago. When I was saying, oh, well, this is the thing he said, but then, like, I ended up making the decision on my own to follow what he said, even though I felt the pull in the other direction, you know? So, that's some good reflection for me there. I'm like, yeah. Like, I went through this whole thing of thinking and believing and knowing that everything was, that I raised myself, basically. It was up to me. I did everything. But then it's been only in the last few years where I'm realizing where, like, the way that my family was supposed to be treating me and looking after me and caring for me and all of that stuff, and the ways that they were supposed to be guiding me, where instead of having, like, meaningful exchanges where I learned things and understood things better, it was the only exchanges I remember having were either ones that were damaging like that, or just getting in trouble for things that weren't my fault. I don't know. Yeah, so, like, for the last few years, it's been more of a realization. I guess that's where the grief thing comes in, because I'm just, like, meant to be letting go of the fact that I never got the childhood that I should have had, that I deserved. I never got it. And, like, the amount of times over the last few years that I have, like, brought it up to have a discussion about what went wrong and how we can fix it with my parents. Like, they just keep saying, oh, you're an adult now. It's like, it's not our responsibility to fix it, it's your responsibility now. I'm like, okay, well, alright. Like, do you know how much it sucks continually going back to the people who were supposed to care for you and being like, hey, look, I realized these were the ways that you let me down, right? So then you can, like, then be like, how can we fix this? But the second you bring up, these are the ways in which you let me down, they get reactive and they get defensive and they're like, oh, you're a problem. It's like, fuck. Then, like, it would be good if you could literally just sit down and have a full-on honest conversation. Like, these are the needs that should always be met with children. These needs were never met when I was a child. I need to learn how to meet these needs myself now. Are you willing to walk with me while I learn how to do this, or are you willing to literally teach me how to do this, because that was kind of your job in the first place? You know, like, it would be good if you could just kind of have that kind of exchange. But generally, the parents that let their kids down in such a way don't like to face the reality of that. And I realized that all this time my parents probably just didn't want to help me get any help because they were afraid of what I would remember. And they know that when I know something, I am not shy about it. I will confront them. So it's probably what they're scared of. That's the thing, though. I've been having memories pop up, repressed memories, things that are confirming some suspicions that I had, and I haven't confronted anyone about it. I was just gonna fucking, like, it doesn't change anything. If, like, I already wanted my family out of my life. And there's no point, like, having a refreshed sense of anger at someone for something that I suspected for years that happened. I've already been, like, trying to process the possibility that it happened, and then once I, like, really ground into the reality of the fact that it happened, then I'll be, like, processing a bunch of stuff, right? But, like, I don't have to go and attack the person that did it. I can just remain distant. I can just be distant. You don't, like, why would you seek out someone who you think is a toxic bad person for your life? Why would you make the effort to reach out to someone that you know you don't want in your life? Why would you do that? That sounds silly. Ridiculous. Anyway. I feel like that was a different flavour to the usual normal ones. Morning ones was what I was trying to say. I'm gonna go and drink my hot chocolate, which is now cold. Chocolate milk. And the microwave's broken. Anyway, goodbye. I love you.